Okay, Luke, from your point of view, I guess a belated start to the season, but no doubt you're looking forward to it.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, with everything that's gone on the last couple of weeks, obviously last week would have been nice to start, but obviously it wasn't. No one was ready, sort of thing. All the lads who sort of went down with COVID. So yeah, we can't wait to get going now this weekend, especially in front of our own supporters.
Yeah, I suppose that's where it's worked out, hasn't it, to have a home opener in that respect with the fans back in the ground. It's something to really behold after what everyone's been through.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously we had a little taster of it at the end of last season. Obviously it was socially distanced and all that sort of stuff, so now all the sort of restrictions have been lifted. It'll be nice to get a few more back in the ground, and hopefully we can give them a performance to get more in the week after.
Yeah, and what difference would it make having the fans for a whole campaign? I mean, obviously last season wouldn't have been the campaign you guys were hoping for, but with fans back now, that's going to give you a big lift?
No, yeah, 100%. You know, last year it wasn't football. You know, you walk out, it was like playing a reserve game every week, and I think if you ask any footballer, you know, football's about the fans and having an atmosphere when you go out and play. But yeah, no, we're really looking forward to this season and sort of getting back to normal, let's say, and winning a lot of games.
Yeah. How difficult has it been for you guys as the players here, not being able to use your facilities even, have you, for a lot of it? So how difficult has it been in that respect?
Yeah, it has been difficult, but you've got to adapt. You know, it's sort of gone on for so long that it's kind of become the norm, and now we've sort of got things back in place again and all that sort of stuff. It feels a lot more professional, let's say. Going to the gym and all that sort of stuff, it's a lot better.
Yeah. What would make a good season for Yeovil Town this time around, do you think?
You know, I'm not going to say, oh, we're gonna win the league, or, you know, we'll do this, do that, but you know, we'll have our own goals and we'll want to be right up there, near the top of the league, and you know, a club this size in the National League, and we want to be back in the Football League. So, you know, we'll be taking each game as it comes, and you know, trying to win as many games as we can and see where that puts us.
Yeah, how are you enjoying being back on sort of like your home turf, if you like?
Yeah, loving it. Obviously, it's a club close to where I grew up and things like that. So, it'll be nice to see everyone back in, like I said, and you know, hopefully we can give them a lot to cheer about this year. Yeah.
What sort of a game are you expecting rather on an opening game from Kings Lynn? What sort of an opposition are you expecting?
It'd be a tough game, you know. They were in the league last year, obviously, you know, and they did okay. So yeah, but they play good football. So hopefully we can, you know, frustrate them and break them down and score a few goals and get off to a good start.
Yeah. Did it help seeing some teams start last weekend? You got a chance to see some of the teams in action. Maybe it whetted the appetite, made you more determined for this weekend.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, it's easy. You know, a lot of clubs have spent a lot of money at our level, and you know, and it doesn't, just because you spend loads of money doesn't mean you're going to go and win the league automatically. You know, we've seen some of the results, getting draws and things like that. So we've just got to concentrate on ourselves, go out there every weekend and perform to the best of our ability, and hopefully that will put us in the right position we want to be in.
Yeah, well, good luck for the weekend. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Luke, do you think that the National League is very largely now becoming Division 5? Or Division 3, sorry, Division 3?
Yeah.
You know, in the standard?
Yeah, definitely. I think you look at the teams who came down, Grimsby and Southend, and you've got Wrexham, you've got Yeovil, you've got Notts County, Chesterfield, Stockport. You know, they're all big clubs, you know.
Yeah.
And whoever else I've missed out, and you know, a lot of them are spending probably more money than some teams in the Football League. So it definitely is becoming that sort of league again. You know, but we just got to, like I said before, we got to concentrate on ourselves and make sure that we're right, and if we're right, we can go out and give any team in this league a game.
And bearing that in mind, I mean, no game is an easy game, is it?
No, definitely.
You know, every one is heavy.
Yeah, definitely. Even say like this, no disrespect to the smaller clubs in the league, they'll come and they'll have a right go. You know, they'll come and they come to these bigger grounds and they want to get a result or whatever. But every game's tough. Every game's tough, and they're in this league on merit. You know, so yeah, we just got, like I said, all it is concentrating on ourselves and making sure we're right, and we should be where we want to be.
You've got 11 at least. I've counted new players in. How's it going in terms of, bedding players in and building up a team ethic?
Yeah, good. Obviously the team's a lot younger this year, and athletic, pace, but exciting. If these young lads can perform week in, week out and put in good performances, there's no reason why they can't go and play higher in their careers, and I think that's the exciting thing, to see younger players like going through and blossoming on and, making a name for themselves here and hopefully stay with us and take us up to the Football League. But, in the future, I think there's some bright futures ahead for some of these players here.
You find it difficult to keep up with them?
Yeah, I'm getting on a little bit now in my 30s, but no, it's enjoyable. I'm loving every minute of it. And I just want to play as long as I can, and hopefully we have a successful one this year.
Is there a sense though, because last season was kind of bitty and it just didn't seem right with no supporters and all that, but is there now a sense that this is the real deal now, we've got a crowd, we're going to go for it, or do you still feel a little bit sort of uneasy because of the COVID and what have you?
No, I think the restrictions have been lifted for a reason by the government, and it's excitement, it's nerves, everyone's looking forward to it. You just want to get going now. Obviously we were meant to get going last week and we postponed for the right reasons, so yeah, we just can't wait to get going and getting off to a good start. You
fancy your chances against Kings, Lynn?
Yeah, of course. Fancy our chances against anyone, to be honest.
Yeah.
If we're bright, we can give anyone a game, and who knows what's going to happen in a game. It's just we'll see what happens.
Good. Well, best of luck for the season. I hope it stays uninjured and successful.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks, mate.
Luke, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. You?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. Obviously, a lot of senior players left this season. Are you going to take the onus upon yourself to become more of a voice in the dressing room this year?
Yeah, definitely. I think I kind of was a voice the last couple of years anyway. Obviously we had some big names in Charlie Lee and Carl Dickinson, Jimmy Smith, and so on. So definitely it's I've got to step up and be more of a voice. But then we've got Mark Little, Ruben Reid. Unfortunately, they're obviously both out injured, but we've got others in here. Josh Staunton, even though he's 25, 26, he's a very he's a leader. Grant Smith in goal. So yeah, we've got people in the team. Dale Gorman as well. So they're still even though we're younger, they're still leaders in the group, and I think we'll be fine on that front.
And I know you've just touched on your age and the youngsters coming through, but does that excite you going for this season and going forward, and somehow keeps you young at heart? Yeah,
definitely. It should be exciting for the fans as well to see a young group of lads who have got talent going out there and exciting them week in, week out. So like I said, if they perform week in, week out and keep that standard of performance, then we'll be absolutely fine.
That's great, Luke.
No worries. Thank you.
Hi Luke, you touched on it there a moment or two ago about some of the players that have come in and had to sort of be new standard bearers. But are there players that are already sort of bedded into the squad that have seen the departure of those key characters, not just the chance to kind of get themselves either more minutes or time on the pitch, but also really set sort of the standards for themselves? I'm thinking players like Alex Bradley, Matt Worthington, Tom Knowles even. Have you seen those lads come back into pre-season sort of with a new renewed vigour about taking this season on?
Yeah, definitely. I think you could see from, let's take Tom Knowles for instance, his performances last season, they were brilliant, and now he has to try and build on and go one better this year, and keep building and building, because he's got a lot of talent. He's an exciting player, and he's one who I think the majority of people could say he could go and play higher, for sure. But your Matt Worthingtons, who have been here for a few years as well, he's a good player, and it could be a chance for him to really cement his place in the side and keep a starting spot week in, week out.
Some of the new lads that have come in have made it absolutely no secret whatsoever of their desire to get promoted. Mark Litton said he's got one more promotion in. Charlie Wakefield said, I feel like I'm a Football League player and I want to take you over with me. Dale Gorman said something similar when he came over. Is that a specific thing that you've spoken about as a group, that you are in this to get promoted?
I don't think it's one thing you really need to talk about. You know, we're here at this club to do that. You know, we've been trying for 2 years. We were close the first year, just missed out last year. Not so great, but you know, we want to go again. It will be a totally different season to what it was last year because fans are back in. It'll have a totally different feel about it. So, no, it's as a football player, if you go to a club and you don't want to get promoted, then there's something wrong with you. So. That'll be our aim, but we got to take each game as it comes.
Just on yourself then, I know you stepped aside in one of the pre-season games just with a little minor niggle. Last season you only played 20 games in a defence that kept chopping and changing through just the most incredible run of injuries and whatever else that went around that defensive back line and the amount of times we had to chop and change. Yeah. Are you now as fit and ready to go? You've got 45, 50 games ahead of you this season, or are you going to be sort of helping to manage Hunt and Williams as your partners next door?
You know, it's been a real sort of two years for me. It's been really frustrating. You know, I've had soleus problems on both legs, twice on my right, twice on my left. So it's been really frustrating, but we seem to have got to the bottom of it with orthotics and strength work and things like that. So I'm hoping that I can be out there for 45, 50 plus games this year and, you know, and help take this team to where we want to be.
I noted that you scored Yeovil's first goal of the season last year against Kings Lynn. You only got 3 or 4, I think it was, in the end. Do you fancy a few more this season?
Fingers crossed. You know, I'd rather keep him out at the other end, you know, but if I can chip in with the odd goal here and there, it'll be nice. But yeah, not a bad way to start the season last year, so who knows, I might be able to get one for us again.
And just a final one for me. The gaffer has spoken quite publicly and at length about how he's gone about things a bit differently this pre-season, looking to shore up defensively, knock out some of the errors and sort of become a more solid team defensively. What does that look like on the training pitch? I'm assuming you've been a key part of that, of making that happen. What does that actually look like in terms of out there training and preparing?
Just a lot of practice. You know, you don't get good at these things unless you practice day in, day out. So there's been a lot of defensive side of it. You know, obviously we've worked on attacking things as well, but involved with the defensive side, it's been really good. I think you can see from our pre-season games that we did manage to play that. Yeah, we may have sat off a little bit, but we were solid as a team, and then our attacking play comes from our defensive work. You know, so we defend as a team. It's not just the back four. We have to defend as a team, and then we build from there. So you know, if we can wear teams down that way and get a couple of goals that way, then we'll take it every week. You know, it's not just about scoring 4 and they score 3, because I don't think any football fan or pundit or anyone, well, pundits maybe, but football fans, especially your team conceding 3 goals and you having to score 4 every week's no good, is it? So yeah, hopefully we can tight games, but get the wins we need.
That's fantastic. I really appreciate it. Go well for the Saturday. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.